Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time now for our designKC feature, part of our partnership with our friends at One Stop Decorating, who make it possible for us to take you inside one of the beautiful homes featured in each issue. Kerrigan, you...
I was reading the...
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. No, it's my read. All right. The next home we're showing off is one of the many featured in designKC magazine's winter issue, so take a look.
We're outside this gorgeous Lenexa home that is featured in the pages of designKC magazine. This award-winning home has many layers of intricate detail that we're going to check out here today. So let's go. As soon as you step inside, you really feel the harmony of the space in the entryway, everything working together. In fact, the designers made a conscious choice to bring the outside world in. You can see that deliberate choice as soon as you walk in, getting to see the entire backyard the minute you set foot in the house. As you make your way into the home's great room, a beautiful midpoint between the home's main living spaces, you're immediately greeted with lots of natural light. Not to mention vaulted ceilings, white oak floors, a classy linear fireplace that brings a modern flair, and dual glass sliding doors with a perfect view to the outside world. And who doesn't love a fantastic kitchen? And this one's warm and modern feel. It makes you feel like you want to pull up a stool while someone's making a pot of pasta in the kitchen. Geometric motifs, origami pendants bring a layer of artistry, while the two-toned oak cabinetry brings that layer of warmth. And the T-shaped courtside island is the perfect addition to make this room feel like one you'd want to spend time in. And one of my favorite spots in the house has to be the lower level, which is anything but your typical basement. It's bright, inviting, but brings with it a sophistication perfect for entertaining. A beautiful bar with glass front monogram fridge, not to mention an unbelievable whiskey and wine room, which creates the perfect backdrop for the game table that sits right in front of it. And like we mentioned earlier, we have to talk about this backyard, visible the moment you walk through that front door. Its many features and wooded backdrop feel like a private getaway. You can lounge in multiple seating areas, including next to a custom Core 10 steel fire pit. The perfect spot to relax on a chilly fall Kansas City night. Such a beautiful home. Now we're so excited to welcome in the team behind this project. President of BL Rickey Custom Homes, Bruce Rickey, and co-owner and lead designer Tony Rickey, and of course Keith Sorrow, designKC magazine publisher. Thank you guys for joining us.
Oh, we love it. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
So excited to have you guys in. You guys are on the cover, which I completely understand why. The home is absolutely gorgeous. Now, Bruce, this home is in Lenexa's Timber Rock community. So tell us a little bit about your approach and your inspiration with this project and why this area just as a whole is so special to you guys.
Well, we developed Timber Rock. It was a beautiful piece of property to begin with. It rolled, had trees. So the setting was, Mother Nature was good to us on the setting. So then this house, we kind of nestled it in there, lowered it down a little more than maybe even the surveyor wanted us to. But we wanted to nestle it into the trees, raise the canopy, create the backdrop. It turned out amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it absolutely did.
Especially when you're sitting in that backyard, you feel like you're sitting kind of like a resort, right? Like it's all just protected with those trees. You've got the fire pit there. It feels really, really magical, especially when the weather's nice. Tony, layers were a huge part of this in the design process. Can you explain how you use those layers to create such a harmony and an inviting feel when you walk in the door?
Well, I think, trying to stay true to our brand, we like to bring nature and natural elements into the home. It kind of has a calming atmosphere to it. So the beams, stone, all that kind of stuff. And then adding texture, that also has, a nice feel to it. So, keeping things simple, having a nice base, nice clean background, and then pops of accents every now and then. Adds interest, but not overload.
Yeah. Doesn't overwhelm you too much. It's the perfect amount. Now, obviously, there are a ton of features that stand out. You guys have the craft room, the whiskey and the wine room, but do you guys have a favorite element from this home?
I think, well, there's a lot.
I was gonna say, I say this a lot. It's probably like picking your favorite child, which we won't do that. But
y'all get in trouble. But I think for Bruce and I, after every time, when we end up the evening working on it, we would go sit in that little lounge area down by the bar.
Yeah.
And that was kind of our area just to sit and talk with one another and have conversation. And for me, that was probably the nicest time that we spent in the house. We didn't get to experience that everywhere, but that brings a lot of great, you know.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. Bruce, do you have a favorite spot?
You know, everyone talks about the outdoor living, and we consider those, and we learned this from John Constant with Epic Landscaping. These aren't spaces outside. They're another room in the house.
Yeah.
They just aren't conditioned. They're outside. So that's our mindset when we create these outdoor spaces. Of course, leading out to that main great room with the kitchen tie-in and the bar arrangement. I mean, this house just screams for entertainment.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
it absolutely
and
does.
the same thing. Like, that's probably my favorite part is the outdoor area where you can see, like you said, with the layers, you can see it as soon as you walk in the door, and you can see straight through out to that living space where you just
I didn't
can't
think
wait
you were
to
going to leave.
I know. I was sitting out there for a long time, especially with the fire pit. It
We
was so
didn't
nice
think he
and
was
warm.
going to come back to the station. We're like, we had to call him, like,
Nobody
Shane,
did.
are you
Yeah,
coming
Brad had
back?
to get me out of there. Well, speaking of, the house is still on the market. If someone is thinking about this, why would this be a great home for them?
You know, this home, we kind of treat it like it was ours.
Yeah.
So there's no stone unturned. Most of the time when we put one of these on the market, it's someone that wants a new custom home but doesn't want to go through the experience.
Yeah.
And that's our buyer for this house typically.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's open on the weekends. It's, you know, you can obviously spend time and walk through it, even if you just want to see it. We welcome anybody who wants to see it. It's a beautiful setting.
They're probably all going to have the same
I
reaction
was
he
going
did.
to say,
And
double
you're going
down,
to have
go
to,
see
like,
it.
peel
Yeah.
them out of
Even
the
if you're not
house.
in the market, walk through and take a look, because you might change your mind for
They've
sure.
thought of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's happened to us too. Somebody's really not in the market, and they kind of get overwhelmed, and next thing you know, they're buying the
They're
home.
thinking,
They're
oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
listen, we've got to switch gears. We're taking this. Now, Keith, we obviously say it all the time. We get to hang out with you. There is so much talent, design talent here in Kansas City. Talk to us about what it meant to you to be able to, you know, feature them, have them on the cover,
Sure.
and just showcase this talent.
Well, everybody always asks, how do you make the cover? And it's funny, when we start the design process, which easily takes 6 to 8 weeks to develop all the pieces, and I have the best art director and the best editor, seriously.
You do.
Andrea Dahl
We can attest to that. You
and
do.
Ryan Litz, they really are amazing. And then photographers, Josie Benefeld shot that, and she did an amazing job on, and she shoots a lot for us, and we have a lot of great photographers. But the bottom line is, it's what do you choose and how do you choose that cover? A lot of times it starts from inception, like we get that very first those projects, and then we start laying out covers. At one point, I think there were 27 covers.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
and it just keeps chiseling down. It's funny, the minute you put that title on there and the UPC code and everything, you can tell how it doesn't work. We have 30 seconds to catch somebody's attention on the newsstand.
Yeah.
You know,
We get
probably
it.
less, 10 seconds,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So we're proud of what we produce, but we're really proud to be involved with the great Kansas City community that has so much talent. And there's 140 pages of amazing projects in that issue.
Yes.
Yeah, it is absolutely a page turner. You just sit there and you look at all the incredible stuff on the inside. If people want to grab a copy for themselves,
Sure.
how do they do that?
Well, you can get it at Barnes & Noble or Books A Million, many of the grocery stores, but also for your viewers, we have a real special offer. So if you go to mydesignKC.com, you can type in myKC Live 1 for a 1-year subscription for only $15, or myKC Live 2 as the code for a 2-year subscription for only $25. Great gifts for the holidays
Oh,
as
they
well.
absolutely are. I will say that every time we get the box of these magazines and they come in, we have people from all over the station come down. They're like, can I grab one of these? I need to get my edition. So, well, thank you, one, for offering that to our viewers, and thank you again for just, you know, making a space to highlight the amazing talent that is here in Kansas City.
Thank you.
And congratulations again to Bruce and Tony, too.
Beautiful project.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for letting us feature it.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Of course.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, our designKC feature is paid for by One Stop Decorating. They're a family-owned local business and one of Kansas City's best decor resources. So turn your vision into a reality by making an in-home appointment today, and you can find more information online at onestopdecorating.com. All right.